Can you hear me now? I think I was muted. You all been chatty here in the chat. So, hello, Rem. Thanks for coming. Hi, Jean. Thanks for coming. Hello, Mary Lynn. Living by Faith Homestead. Thanks for dropping by. I like Wednesday lives better. Well, it seems to be more popular already. This is the most I've had at this early in my lives in a while. So, and yes, Lily's here too. There we go. Okay. And Leona, hello. Thanks for dropping by. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Almost through this short week for us. It was a holiday here on Monday for us, but sure doesn't feel like it was. How's everyone doing? I'm exhausted. I don't know honestly how long I'll be on tonight. I'm exhausted. Very, very, very tired. Just very tired. I'm looking at myself here and I look very tired. So what's everyone been up to? Anyone got any plans for the weekend? Let me know down in the comments. Don't really have a topic tonight. I have been filling out my board today for different topics and things and lives, and I'm looking at Sheesteaders for the 30th. So hoping like everybody's busy, so they can't keep her busy for me. You're not going to be able to stay here for long. My legs are going to fall asleep. She's very, very, very extra clingy today because when I'm very, very busy, she doesn't like it. So, oh, thanks, Gene. It's called Just Got Out of the Shower About 2 hours ago style. That's what this is. Canadian too. Great, great. There's a lot of Canadians in here. So, but yeah, so I'm looking at the 30th for my next Sheesteaders live. So anybody that wants to join, you have to be a she. Send me an email at, I don't know if I can do this one-handed because she's literally in my arms falling asleep. Oh, Lily, I've never had a dog like this in my life. Never had a dog like this in my life. But then again, I never had a dachshund. Dun, 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 dun. There's my email. So anyone that wants to join Sheesteaders Live, send me an email and I'll be putting a list. I'll be picking 3 people, 3 ladies to do my next live. Hopefully different ladies in my last Sheesteaders Live last month. The topic's going to be burning out. How do you prevent it? And if you can't prevent it, how do you get through it? How do you stay motivated to keep going when you're burnt out? So that is going to be the next topic for Sheesteaders, and that is August 30th. Yes, that's a Wednesday. So my sister has apple tree ready, and she's going to tons of apples. A transparent tree. I've never even heard tell. They're called transparent apples. I've never heard tell of them. If they're ready this early, like mine are, chances are they're possibly a sour apple. So it's something you're going to want to be able to add sugar to, like I did with apple pie filling or jelly. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look that up because I don't think I've heard of it. I'm trying to think. But yeah, I wear that style all the time too. So, oh no, she owns me. She owns me. Quite frankly, both the dogs own all of us. She just likes being with me, and when she can't be with me, she doesn't like it. So it's exhausting, quite frankly. Exhausting. Yep. Same here. Oh, one day at a time, Farmstead. Thank you for dropping by. They are sweet tart and you have to process them right away or they spoil fast. Okay. So yeah, anything that you're going to need to put sugar to, like apple pie, jellies, things like that. Sorry, David's out mowing, and every time he goes by our Ring doorbell, it lets me know someone is approaching the door. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, those are same. Yeah. So you're going to want to make something with them that requires the sugar. That apple pie filling I made the other day is delicious. Gracie and I, there was a little bit left in the pot and we tried it. It is so good. I can't believe those apples were sour. They were like eating lemons. So lemon with an apple flavor. So if you're, oh, she going to get down? You're going to go in the chair by yourself? Because it's not comfortable here, is it? Go ahead, jump down. Yay. Thank goodness. So yeah, so anything that's going to require, it was really good. So Grace and I got to try it, and it's hard to believe that those were so sour, those apples, because they were delicious. It's delicious. So definitely would be doing that. Hello, Village Stetter. Thanks for dropping by. Oh yes, crock-pot apple butter. I have tons of it. Second shelf behind me is full of different fruit butters, and apple butter is the one I have. But I got new recipes to try with the fruit butters. I'm really excited. Once Every Bit Counts challenge slows down a bit, it's not going to slow down for a while. I hope to try it. So I love apple butter, and I just put mine in the crock pot and cut the apples up small and just let it cook down as much as I can. Add a little bit of water or apple juice. Get my immersion blender once they start cooking, so it's nice and blended, and then I just let it cook, and then I take the lid off to get more evaporation depending on how thick you like it, and sugar to your taste. It really, I mean, there's tons of recipes out there, but I don't like a lot of sugar, so wasn't that pie filling from Pomona's or something like that? It was from Ball. It was Practical Self-Reliance. I love their website. They use a lot of recipes from Ball too. It was a Ball recipe, actually, surprisingly. That's one of the recipes I found. It's to add it to oatmeal. So I'm really looking forward to, because we have pumpkin butter we are drowning in. I have so much of it in my freezer still from last year. I don't even think I'm going to make any this year. But then again, if we like the recipes I'm making with it, I might have to make some. But that's one of the things I want to add it to. So yeah, it's so easy, Mary Lynn. It's so easy. Let me go grab a jar. Hold on a sec. Here it is from today. And it's such a pretty, and look how red it is already. So that is so easy. I'm really anxious to try this. I'm going to let it steep for a few weeks because I want as much concentration as I can get. I made it last year, but like I said, I didn't add anything to it, and it is way too sour. Like David was like, wow, that is like too much. So we're anxious to try this with the honey that I sweetened it with, and I hope it was enough. If we like it when sorry, the dogs are playing. If we like it a lot, when I buy more cranberries, I'll be buying more here soon. Well, not soon. October, I guess, isn't that far away. I'm going to make a lot more. The cranberries you can add to muffins, any of your baking, anything you want. You can give them to the chickens if they like them. Our old chickens liked it. So you can absolutely use the cranberries for stuff after you're done. Same as what I did the same thing with blueberries, and I did the same thing with apples last year, just to try a different way of preserving them instead of always freezing. I will say the blueberries, not my favorite. They got kind of mushy, but if you're going to throw them in something you're baking, it's not that big a deal. I think I had, ideas that we could throw them into our oatmeals or our yogurts and stuff and have like fresh blueberries in the winter, but it didn't work out that way. They're very mushy. But yeah, I'm anxious to try this, but I'm going to let it sit. Now, the recipe I used did not say anything about having to add water to it. So I guess it depends on how cranberry you like it. If you want it weaker after it's sat for a while, you could probably just add more water until you get to. So this could go even further for people if they want. I like it strong. I just don't like it that sour. So isn't it pretty though? It's going to look so pretty on the shelf. So yeah, it couldn't be easier. Throw some cranberries in a jar, leave an inch headspace with boiling water, and can them for that size. Took 25 minutes. So that video just came out about an hour and a half ago for Every Bit Counts challenge. So I found so many cranberries in my freezer when I was organizing them for the Every Bit Counts challenge and just harvest season and everything. I found so many because they were on sale, and I know that's why I bought them. So I'm really anxious to get more because I think I'm going to make more cranberry juice. I like cranberry juice. So, okay, let me get some more. Yeah. Wonder if you could do pumpkin butter. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find other recipes. I will say I loved the pumpkin butter mixed in with plain Greek yogurt, and you let it sit like a while. I do mine like for a day, let it sit for a day, and then plan on eating it the next day. It tasted like pumpkin cheesecake. It was delicious. It was so good. Um, yep. Dun, dun, dun. I can't wait for cranberries. Yeah, much better. And a lot of people buy cranberry cocktail thinking that's juice, and that's not juice. That's got a lot of bad stuff in it. So, and cranberry juice is so good for us ladies. So, I've been drinking it since my mother always had us drink it. So, I'm hoping this works out because it's also cheaper. I mean, I got 8 quarts out of those cranberries. And quite frankly, I probably could have got more if I had put less cranberries in each jar, but I thought, why not? I'll do it this way. And I mean, I don't know what I paid for those cranberries, probably $2 a bag. And they were organic too, which was pretty cool. So, like $2 a bag. I used 3 small bags. So that's $6. I mean, like, you know, and honey is the most expensive part of this whole thing. So, thank you. Yes, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Appreciate it. Oh, it is so good in yogurt. All the fruit butters are good in yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt. It tastes so amazing. And the longer you let it sit, the more flavorful it gets. It's yummy. Very, very yummy. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get you through the hump, but at least we're halfway through. So I'm pretty excited. David, I swear, my husband is one of the hardest working men I know. He got the deck edition all finished last weekend. Well, the deck part. We still have to put up our privacy lattice that we bought 3 years ago to go around the pool that we no longer have that never got up. So that's okay. We're going to put it around our hot tub, and the hot tub's back up. We filled it last night. We're just waiting for it to get to temperature. So I'm so happy to have that done. So we're getting there, getting through a couple more things. So, yes, I think it is. My grandmother and my father both have gout, and I think cranberry juice is supposed to. And I think cherry juice is better though. Yeah, because my dad drinks that. So I think it was his doctor or someone told him cherry juice is really good for gout too. Can you make? Absolutely, you can make fruit butter out of any fruit. I've made it out of rhubarb, which isn't really a fruit, but I've made it out of rhubarb. I've made it out of blueberries. I've made it out of apples. I've made it out of pumpkins. I've made it out of strawberries. I was going to try cherry. I don't know if our U-Pick is doing cherries this year or not. They haven't advertised. I'm actually going to go down there tomorrow and pick up some things. And I don't know if something happened or they're just not doing them this year or what, because we were already picking cherries by this time. We'd already picked them because my mom went with us and she was going back by then. So it is good. It is. It really, really, really was good. So yes, real cherry juice is best for gout. Yep. Peach butter. You can make peach butter. So I love the fruit butters because sometimes I just get tired of the jellies and jams, and they're so good, and you can control how much sugar you put in them. So that's really good. So I think somebody's done with the lawn. But yeah, I do. I love the fruit butters. They are my favorite. I made pear butter too. That was so good. Honestly, I thought I loved pumpkin butter and I thought I loved apple butter, but the pear butter was probably my favorite last year. So I am going to make some more pear butter. I'm just waiting for the pears. I have a lot of pears to can because Grace loves pears, and the cost of those pears, and she just likes them in the fruit juice. We don't buy them in the syrup. The price of those 4 little things of them have gone through the roof. They're very, very expensive. And so I mean, she buys a lot of her groceries on her own now, but I'm going to try and can her out. She loved them last year. I just didn't do enough last year. So this year, I've done the math and I need like a bushel of pears, which is a lot of pears. And that will get her through almost a whole year if she eats them 3 times a week. So she loves pears, loves them. On Happy Farm Girl, they should peach peels to make peach sugar. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen peach vinegar too. You can make peach vinegar with your peels. You can make peach extract with your peels. I'm making so many extracts now. I have so many going and it's so much fun. And we bought a whole bunch of vodka when we were in the States last week because it's so much cheaper there. And the guy at the bridge was really nice and we were chatting and somehow it came up and I said, we don't even drink. He said, well, why do you have so much vodka to claim? I said, because I make it to make tinctures and I make extracts. He says, oh, really? And I said, yeah. And I said, 3 bottles is 1 bottle over here. So, oh, we're not big peach people here. I love the smell. Oh, the smell of peaches is amazing. And I like the flavor, but we're not big on eating peaches. Just none of us like the texture or just not a fan. But I do like the flavor and I love the smell. I've used pie pumpkins. I used I'm so tired. I'm trying to think of the word. The blue Hubbard squash pumpkins, because that's a really good sweet pumpkin. I last year for the first time I used porcelain. Is it porcelain doll pumpkins? The pink ones. They're a sweet pumpkin, so there's a lot of varieties that's good for baking other than the pie pumpkins. You roast them and get all the peelings off and then puree them. It's blue Hubbard squash, porcelain, pie pumpkins, and I feel like I did a 4th pumpkin last year and I can't think of the name of it. It'll come to me maybe it won't. I wish I had peaches. That's one thing I was going to make some this year with the strawberry rhubarb, but we just have so much that we weren't eating it. So I thought I won't make any. And I can always make it in the winter because I have frozen strawberries and I have frozen rhubarb. I actually have more rhubarb. I need to go harvest and get that frozen. So I'll still be able to make it in the winter if we do run out of any of the butters we have. No, I don't think. Maybe we can. Have I seen Ontario peaches? Am I crazy? Is that something I've seen? I know I've seen Ontario pears. I don't know if we can grow peaches here. I don't see how. I mean, you would need a longer growing period. Just a minute. Can you all see her? You are so bad. You're so pathetic. You can't just go lay down by yourself. No, you can't. Oh, this dog. Yes, you do. You need to start. And start with the water bath cannings. They're the easiest thing to start with if you're a little bit nervous to do pressure canning. Very easy. And, there's a lot of things that you can make. And believe me, if I can learn to can and pressure can, anybody can. So there you go. Remy started last year. I will warn you, once you start, it's addicting. Zone 5. Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty sure I have seen Ontario because we are Zone 5 here. We're Zone 5B. So I'm pretty sure I've seen Ontario peaches. So Marnie, no, you're not too late. Just started about 20 minutes ago. I think Wednesdays are definitely better for everybody. They're definitely better. It's definitely working out, I think, better for me now that we have the better internet. The main reason I always went to I'm trying to remember why I even went to Saturdays. And I think the main reason was because if Aiden needed the internet for homework, I couldn't do a live and he couldn't do internet at the same time. But now that we have the better internet, that's not a problem. So I'm happy to go back to Wednesdays. And Wednesday's great. You get me to help get you through the rest of the week. I'm kidding. Oh, before I forget, I can't believe this is how tired I am. A great big huge thank you to all of you who have joined my channel and subscribed. I reached 1,600 this morning. My goal was to reach it by end of August. I got it today. So I actually believe that I can get maybe 2,000. I shouldn't say maybe. I believe I can get 2,000. That's my next goal by the end of December. So thank you so much. I said it in my video today, and I'm going to say it again. I know it's cliche or whatever, but I am so grateful and shocked that you all choose to watch my channel and my videos and stuff. And I just thank you so much. I was pretty happy to wake up this morning and see I had reached 1,600 sometime in the night. When I went to bed last night, I still needed 9. So thank you all so much. So yeah, 1,600 subscribers. I'm so happy. Pears come after peaches. Yeah, here too. My mom had already left last year. She went home mid-August. So I think, yeah, she was gone before our anniversary. So, and we got pears after she left. So I think I have a couple more weeks before they come. So thank you so much. One day at a time, Farmstead. Thank you so much. You have a great night and a great weekend. So just thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, Joy. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, no. Who was it? The Needy Homestead? Is that her name? The Needy Homestead? She's the one that's had the really horrible last 2 years. She did a video today, I think it was, or yesterday, on testing out used pressure canners. Just because they're used doesn't mean you can't use them. Main thing is making sure your seals are good still, because if not, unless you know when the seal was replaced, I'd almost buy a new one anyway. That way you know you're starting out with a brand new seal. That's the main thing, is making sure you've got a good seal. Yeah, I think they are. I think we do have peaches here in Ontario. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I think that is where they're, because that's where we got our pears from last year, was Niagara Falls. So yes, and you're right, they do peaches. So it's just hard to, it's funny to think of peaches here in Canada, because you always think of it as warm southern states, but we can grow them here. So thank you. Good for you. I harvested, okay. My squash are looking amazing. Finally, my crookneck squash. I have 4 that are bigger than they were. They're not rotting on the ends, knock on wood. I fed them. I looked up what could be what's causing it, and it said calcium deficiency. So I ground up a whole bunch of my eggs and I fed them calcium about a week ago, and so far that seems to be doing what's helping. So they're looking great. Really excited. Thank you, Jean. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think they do too. I know here in Trenton, David always calls us in a hole. Everything goes over us. Like, we're like here, and a lot of things. I mean, and then we'll get hit, like 5 years will go by, but we don't get a lot of stuff. It kind of goes over us a bit. So even our winters aren't as bad as they used to be, or at least they haven't been the last few years. But I harvested a ton of oregano today and caught a baby bunny in my herb garden. How it got in there, because there's an opening somehow. Well, the weeds have on the outside of the herb garden have kind of pushed the fencing. So the poor thing was scared to death. Lily is doing so amazing with her training when she's outside with me. She wanted to go after it, especially because David is always saying to her, "Get the bunny, Lily, get the bunny," when they're outside. She's in the fence. The bunny's outside the fence. She can't get the bunny. So I brought her in, and I went back out to try to see if I was going to take down all the fencing so it could get out. And then I saw where it got out, because I saw where it got in, because it got out. But I harvested a bunch of oregano today. I got another big handful of chamomile twice today. What else did I harvest? Marshmallow today. Basil. I harvested some more basil. I got kale. Again, that's like my 5th harvest of kale. And another handful of yellow beans and another handful of green beans. I planted a ton of yellow beans I mean, a ton, but I just don't seem, even as much as I have planted, it's not enough. It's just not enough. So I think I might be going down to our U-Pick tomorrow, and they've got some already picked bushels for sale. I might be buying some so I can can them up. It's still cheaper than it's still cheaper than buying beans and stuff in the stores, because it's crazy. The prices, like, why aren't they're just not, they're getting worse. I swear to God, they're getting worse. It's crazy. Oh, really? Gosh, I've been using it forever. I threw it in with my tomatoes too, because it actually was a recommendation to do eggshells. My chamomile is not usable, full of small orange little worms of some sort. Ew. Is there any way you can, like, if you put them in the shade, will the worms leave? Because sometimes if there's bugs on anything, if you put them in the shade for a day, any of the bugs will go away. So that's okay. What can I do with my Swiss chard? Well, I'll tell you what I did with my kale. I dehydrated my kale so I can powder it, so we can have healthy greens in our smoothies and juices in the winter. We're not big kale fans. I've tried cooking it. We've tried eating. I can eat it raw in a salad. None of the rest of the family can. I'm dehydrating mine so I can powder it. That's what I'm doing with mine. Is it Swiss chard you can can too, or no? I know you can. I just found out you can can kale. Never knew that. Yeah, try that, Remy. I know if you put things in the shade, because I did it with my rose petals, because I had some bugs and I put them in the shade. And once they're in the shade, they don't like that because they want the sun. And they were all gone. And the next day I went out and my rose petals were fine. I still rinsed them, washed them off a little bit. But yeah, try it and let me know. Too tender. Okay, so it's kale you can do. I couldn't remember if it was just chard. But yeah, I don't grow it because it's not something we like. But I don't see why you couldn't dehydrate it the same way I am. Oh, there you go. Mary Lynn can tell you. Not a fan of cabbage either. I'll eat it in coleslaw, but not a big fan of cabbage. If anyone else has any recommendations for Village Steader on what they can do with their Swiss chard, put it in the comments. Because other than dehydrating it, I don't know. My family's not big. They're not a big greens person, but I put them in baking and they don't know it, which is what I do with zucchini. They do know about the zucchini, but I'm going to try putting some powdered kale in a few things this year. So to help us, especially because kale is so high in iron and Grace is so deficient in iron. Grace has had a rough week with her health with the iron and stuff, because no, with her dietary restrictions, it's hard. So use it when you make broth. I don't know. Sorry, I gotta get another drink. Very dehydrated. I shouldn't say that. I'm not dehydrated. I'm just thirsty. I've ton. We're not big smoothie drinkers. My husband's not either, but he likes juicing. He'll do the juices. So I'll try and add some powdered kale to his juices this winter. But I've harvested off of those 2 kale plants 5 times. It is crazy how well, how it's so crazy to think how much kale I've gotten off those 2 kale plants. Oh yes, absolutely you can. You just need to, when it defrosts, you need to squeeze out a lot of the moisture. But my mother loves frozen spinach. She buys it all the time. Got a mosquito in here. She buys the frozen spinach all the time. She loves it. She's the only one who really likes spinach. We put it in our juices and things, but Mom loves it just to eat. But yeah, you just make sure it's good and clean. And okay, that's how I eat fiddleheads with apple cider vinegar. My dad and I used to always eat them that way. Oh, luckily my garden's fenced because, well, we haven't seen the mama and her baby deer in quite a while now. Yeah, we haven't seen it for a while, but maybe that's why, because they finally realized they can't get in and eat anything. We do have neighbors down the road who I think they're feeding them. They got to be, because every night between 7:30 and 8:30, if you drive by, their front lawn is covered in wild turkeys, covered. So David is convinced that they're feeding them, because, like he said, why else would they be there every night at the same time? And it's usually two toms, which is weird, but it's usually two toms and quite a few females. But there's a lot of them. So I had one female hanging around my garden last year and the year before, and I had to chase her in my herb garden a couple of times, which is why I have the fence around it now, though I hate it because it makes it hard for me to get in there. I got to overhaul that herb garden big time. It's one of my favorite things to grow, and I don't have a good spot for it. It just isn't. But yeah, use them as a wrapper. That's a good idea. So, anyone got any plans coming up for the weekend? Like I said, we're going to finish our deck, and we've got a new car shelter that we're putting up. That's going to be a junk holder, basically. We're cleaning out. David wants to actually be able to use the garage for things this winter, because we've got quite a few home improvement projects we're going to be doing through the fall and winter. So we're going to probably try and get that up and start cleaning out the garage. We also have a room in the garage we need to build. So yeah, we got a lot of busy weeks ahead. Plus I'm doing the Every Bit Counts challenge every day and putting up a video every day. Softball playoffs. Okay. Oh, good. Good for you. I planted a few things for fall. Think I'm going to go out tomorrow and plant some more carrots. My carrots I planted are already sprouting. So, oh, that sounds like fun. So, our monarchs, we think one of them, the one we call Monty, is close to starting his chrysalis. He's been hanging out at the top of the little cage now all day today. Like, he hasn't left. So I'm thinking it's close. So I need to do an updated video for you all for that. I'll tell you, that's been worth it just for Grace. She loves it. She must check on them 30 times a day. She loves watching them. She gets a kick out of them. She absolutely loves it. Like, that was the best thing we could have done. She really, really enjoys it. So, oh, I don't think I have anything. Was there anything else? So remember, She Stutters for the 30th. If anyone is interested in joining that, send me an email. I put my email up here again. Oh, darn it. I hit that too soon. Here's my email. I might go to Niagara next week. We love Niagara. We're actually thinking about going for Christmas this year, because the kids are getting too hard to buy for anyway, and they were all for it. They said, that sounds like fun. So we think we're going to go to Niagara for a day or two and then head over to Buffalo, New York for a day to get some more shopping done, and see if there's any deals for after Christmas or whatever. But I think that's what we're going to do this year. David and I leave really soon for our, what the heck are we leaving for? Our anniversary. I told you I was tired. 30 years, our 30th wedding anniversary is coming up. And we had our photos done together a couple weeks ago, and we had so much fun doing them. We went to the beach, and we just had so much fun. And I've seen a couple of the photos, and they're beautiful. I am so happy with them. So we're going to have a couple days away. So there's going to be 2 days, possibly 3, where you won't have an Every Bit Counts challenge video from me. because I'll be not home. Hello, Becoming a Green Stalker. Thanks for coming. Yeah, love your name too. So, just for anyone who's new coming in, She Stutters is a group that I have started, and it's a group of women who we discuss topics that everyone goes through who has a garden or animals or a farm or anything, but it's from our point of view as women. And my next one I'm going to be doing is August 30th. The topic's going to be burnout, how to not get it, and if you do get it, how do you keep going, keep wanting to go on, and what is your tips and tricks for staying motivated at this time of year where we're getting near the end and things are really starting to ramp up. So that will be on the 30th of August. So send me an email right there, bucketlist93@gmail.com, and let me know if you would like to be a part of it. I got quite a few people, but I would love to have more, and I try to pick 3 different ladies for each topic. So certainly reach out to me and let me know if you'd be interested. The only requisition you need to be there's only one rule: you need to be a she. That's it. So, but I have a couple ideas for some lives that are going to involve anybody who wants to join. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to reach out to my friends here in the next couple of days and see what they think. And maybe even next Wednesday we could start that. Yeah, that'd be great. The 16th. So look out for that. So that's going to be starting. Anything, I'm just plugging away at Every Bit Counts challenge. I'm finding I'm slowing down a little bit now because I'm still waiting for like tomatoes, bell peppers, onions. My onions are not very big. I picked one yesterday just to see one of my, I call them purple. I guess they're red onions, but they look purple to me. They were not very big at all. I used it, but Heidi. Yes, Heidi. I have a cousin, Heidi, so that should be easy to remember. Yeah, it's just starting to slow down. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I have an idea, but I think the weather's not going to cooperate again. I think they're calling for rain again. Oh, we've had so much rain this week, and the mosquitoes are terrible. Like, they are awful. They've been awful all summer, but this last week, they are horrendous. I mean, in the way they go after the dogs even is crazy. So, oh, thanks. I mean, where I have better internet, I'm able to upload them every day, but it's a little stressful too because I'm like, oh gosh, I got to get this video up. It's going to be the end of the day. So I'm thinking there might be some days coming up where it might be 2 videos in one. Yeah, we have not had, when I was pregnant with Grace, which was 20 years ago, it's crazy to think about, we had summer storms that summer like crazy, like scary. And we were told that Ontario is like the thunder and lightning capital of the world. I mean, that's what people who live here told us. And then we kind of fizzled out the next few years. And then we moved away for a while. And then we came back here again. And they got really kind of wimpy. We weren't having them too bad. And then this summer, they have come back with a vengeance. It was crazy the other night. Like, we could see our backyard just like we had turned on a light. It was the lightning, and you could see it just chain lightning going across. The thunder was literally rattling our windows. So it was something else. I like a good thunder and lightning storm. I do. Part of it just scares me a bit because some of the old trees we have around here, but I do love a good thunder and lightning storm. Okay. Yep. That one posted about 2 hours ago. So I think that's going to be it for tonight, folks. It's not quite an hour, but this lady is tired. It's been since we've come back from, before we left for New York, while we were in New York. Since we've come back from New York, I have been on the go. I rarely sit down in the day. So, yeah, our pug has never, ever cared about the thunder and lightning storms. Lily's reacted a couple of times, but nothing too bad. I know my parents' dog, he shakes like a leaf. And they're in Florida. They're in Inglewood, actually, is where they are. So I don't know. I don't think that's South Florida. Yeah. I know it's been hot there. Mom said it was supposed to be like 110 there yesterday or something. Like in it, and even my mother said it was hot. Like human beings are not cut out for that on that kind of temperature. So thank you. It feels good to be back. And I will tell you, it's nice because now I'm done for the week and I don't have to try and take away family time or date night with David or whatever it may be on Saturdays. So I can't even remember why I started Saturdays. I think it's because we couldn't share the internet, Aiden and I. So, but that's not a problem anymore. So good night, everybody. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. I hope your gardens are doing amazing. I hope you're starting to see your pantry shelves filling up. I know mine are, and it's starting to feel pretty darn good. So thanks for coming, everybody. And thank you for helping me get to my 1,600 subscribers today. That was probably the best thing that's happened all week to me. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you next Wednesday.